Hello. Today we're going to talk about walloping people with sticks, but before we do, we need to think about safety. So you need to do a risk assessment, look around your environment, make sure that you can freely swing your stick. Also be mindful of the fact that pets, toddlers, even adults can wander in to the range of your stick because they're not going to see this thing flying around. So be mindful of that. Make sure that you take that into consideration and train safe. Hello. So today we're going to talk about using a cane and maybe a tiny bit on Irish stick. But because I haven't got my canes today, we're going to have to make do with this 31-inch Ran stick that we use for full contact fighting, but it will serve its purposes. So everyone knows how to use a walking stick or a cane. Hold it at the top and walk down the street. If you're English, you maybe swing it a little bit like that. Obviously, the advantage of a cane is you can keep people off of you and you can use it for distance, hit, so like that, hold it here, whack people. Normally there's a weighted end at the top. And what's interesting is something that I was shown when I was younger, is that as you're walking down the street, as normal, you may see people coming towards you or closing in with you quickly. One thing you can do is do this, which exposes the top quarter of the stick. This bit's weighted, ideally, so as people come in close, you can use it like a cosh and whack them. I was also told that if you're traveling along in your carriage, someone sticks their head through the window, okay, you can whack them like this and get rid of them, so it works quite well. Can be really useful if you train it and you know how to use it. With regards to Irish stick, unfortunately I didn't get a massive amount of this stuff, well, it certainly wasn't this huge system that you see nowadays. What I was shown was how to wallop people with the stick and how to grab people and wallop people with the stick. In fact, it's the only time that I heard collar and elbow mentioned, because obviously it's a good system to grab people and whack them. Most people that you see will say when you measure the stick, you grab it and you always leave at least an inch past your elbow and you've got it. Now, that depends obviously on the length of the stick. I was also shown just to hold it like a regular stick with here that protects this joint, so this bottom butt bit. But probably the most important thing to do is get the balance of the stick. So I can't use this stick, 31-inch stick, like I would here and whack, but I can hold it a little bit further down and it works. The great thing about this bit, not only can you block with it, but it's also a counterbalance, so you can spin and hit quickly and in multiple combinations, because it acts as a counterbalance to redirect your stick. So you can whack it, whack it round, bang, like this. Works really well. Just a tiny bit more on the Irish stick that I was showing, which wasn't very much really, just basically whacking people. But there is something interesting that people might find useful. You know, we've got the black form sticks like everybody else with a nice root, bubbles on the end, and they work really well and they look great. However, we did a lot of solo training with just, this is basically a sledgehammer handle, so it's just basically you can buy it for like £8 or £9, and but it really works. And there's a couple of reasons why you might want to use this. So again, you line it up with your elbow, get where you feel happy, and you can swing this thing round and the counterweight works, and it's really good and it's great. Now the interesting thing is when you use this, not only does it build your grip and it builds your strength and your forearms and your arms, you can use your whole body, so it teaches you to actually hit properly and use your whole torso. When you finish your training and you go to maybe do some boxing and you hit people, you have that kind of natural relaxed tension, which means you've got a strong fist, strong arm, and it works really well to get power into the target. So you suddenly find your boxing improves and you've kind of got that natural relaxed tension which we're all trying to get. So it can actually be very useful, so it's worth investing. Again, make sure you train safely, because they hurt when you mess up.